Hey y'all, right now in the garden, I have a few small problems that don't really look like a big deal, but if I don't handle them quickly, it's going to slow everything down. So today I'm going through the garden and fixing them before they turn into a bigger problem. So one of the things we have to be very mindful about down here where the heat and humidity rise quickly is any type of bacterial leaf spot. And since I practice what could only be described as chaos gardening, staying on top of pruning is completely necessary. Thankfully, I have my husband here today to help so we can divide and conquer this yard. So while he's pruning, I'm going to tackle some other issues. Now, this morning when I came out to do my garden walk, we actually were having a severe thunderstorm, which really kind of set the start of the day back. But upon coming out here, I realized one of the other issues is that I have not been keeping up with uppotting. And if I don't get on this, I'm going to lose these plants. So the first thing I have to do is drain my plants so they don't all drown. And I don't waste the good rainwater. So basically what I have here is a bunch of peppers that I just never got around to taking care of. But if I don't get them up potted, I know I'm going to lose them. Alrighty, got it done. We have Diamond, Keystone. These are both Sugar Rush Stripies, an Emerald, another Emerald. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a Cayenne. And then not a Pino and a banana pepper. Saved for another day. Now, speaking of things I waited too long to put out. So here is my herb bed. As you can see, it's got some problems. This is all bolted cilantro, which that isn't really a concern because I will harvest these seeds once they dry out. What is a concern is that I don't have space for more herbs because I have a bunch of weeds and trees, ironically enough, coming up in here. So I need to get that taken care of before I lose this entire bed. And I am a firm believer that it is the little things that keeps the garden going and producing. And sometimes that little thing is just simply coming and pulling weeds. And in a perfect world, I would have never let this get to this state. But I don't live in a perfect world. And mulching this certainly would have helped prevent this. But I didn't mulch because I had planted a bunch of seeds in here, willy-nilly. And then quickly and promptly neglected it. Alrighty, got it done. Is it perfect? No. We have some lime basil volunteers. I did leave those, even though I probably have more than enough. But good enough to put in my basil. Can you just smell that purple basil? You can see my extremely root-bound basil here. And now that I got my basil all planted out, that can only mean one thing, and that it's time to start yet another round of basil seeds. So another problem area in my yard has been dealing with broad mites. And as you can see, at this point in my yard, if you're not going to act right, you need to go. I treated some plants for mites and they were able to bounce back, but others just aren't going to make it, and it's time for them to go. So I have here the last of an Aristotle bell pepper. It's one of those backup emergency plants due to the broad mite situation. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in its place. Out with the old. And I am going to alcohol off this pole, just in case. And a cute little French marigold that's clearly past its prime to get out. Throw that in next to him so he has a friend. Now, one of the things we know we need to address, and quickly, is a trellis or support system for our hydroponic tomatoes, because clearly they are breaching the top of the trellis system we have. I wanted to do rope across. My husband doesn't think that's going to hold. He thinks it'll buckle. So we're in the process of figuring out what we can build to actually support the weight of these tomatoes for the rest of the season. But in the meantime, he's going to come in and give him a quick haircut so we can keep the air moving. And while he's pruning, I'm going to handle pollinating. And where I live, staking and trellising is really important. Sometimes our storms during the summer can be tropical in nature, but not only that, where I live just tends to be a windy area. Speaking of wind damage, you can see we had a casualty here. We did patch it up and see if we can save it, but I'm not sure that's going to pull through. Now the yard is a mess, but the benefits of it, you can see we've cut back on a lot of disease issues, and now I can actually see the full scope of what is growing. I do still have some yellowing in there, but at this point in the year, I'll probably start my hydrogen peroxide sprays to kind of keep everything in check. Now my oregano will be able to get some more light, as well as my nasturtiums. You can see a good bit of peppers coming on already, and certainly a good bit of tomatoes. The yard as a whole looks much more picked up. All right, and our hydroponics system also got a nice trim, which makes it much more airy back here. The wind flow will be really appreciated by our peppers, since they kind of sit in the middle of this area, and they're already blocked by my greenhouse. So increasing airflow is key if you live in the devil's armpit, like I do, the heat and humidity. And as you can see, we are starting some form of trellis system. This is bamboo that we had collected. We have it staked going to the middle. Now we know this is not going to be enough. This is a work in progress, you guys. I'm open to suggestions. My husband says we can probably go out and harvest more bamboo. I still think we're going to have to go that way, but we'll see. We'll see what this can hold. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. We got a lot accomplished just in time for our next full garden tour, which I'll be filming later this week. I'm so excited because now that we've cleared up a bunch of leaves, I can really get a feel for who's producing the best so far. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see just how much I can harvest out of this small suburban backyard, I encourage you to subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed.